how's it going? So, I got a few minutes here at the library. Figured there was something I was just thinking about. I remember one time I was in this counseling group, and I was with like 5 other people, and we were supposed to imagine that we were in this bomb shelter, and each one of us had a different classification, whether a construction worker, preacher, doctor, whatever. You know, we all had something that we were that was our occupation. And in the bomb shelter that we were in, we only had enough food for 4 people, so one person had to leave, and we had to decide what our argument was to keep us there. And you know, I remember all of us were debating back and forth. I remember trying to think of what would be my argument to make sure that I stay. And over time, I've thought about it, and I was like, you know, honestly, if I was really in that situation, I couldn't see myself like making somebody else step outside the bomb shelter to go die while I sat there in safety. I don't believe I could do that. I would hope I couldn't do that. So anyways, that brings me up to the topic of what this video is for. Superheroes. What does it take to be a superhero? Well, I just found this book, T.A. Barnum. Did I say that right? T.A. Barnum? T.A. Barron, and The Hero's Trail, A Guide for Heroic Life. I recommend anybody that would like to think of themselves as a superhero, and they read this book. I've only got to page 26 so far. I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm just here at the library for a minute, and I found this, and it's amazing some of the books we can find at the library, but I'd like to share with you. On page 2, he says, a hero is someone who, faced with a tough challenge, reaches down inside and finds the courage, strength, and wisdom to triumph. That person could be a girl or a boy or a prominent leader or the person next door, a member of any race, culture, or economic group. But in every case, it's someone whose special qualities of character make a real difference. I like that. I like that. I like superheroes. I like that. Cool. So, do you got what it takes to be a superhero? You never know. In closing, page 26 says, in closing, it's not really closing, it's just closing for this chapter, but it says, in closing, it's worth mentioning one more thing about heroes on the spot. Before a moment of crisis, they seem like perfectly ordinary folks, going through life in an ordinary way. They wear no special clothes and have no special training. They look like you, or me, or someone we might pass on the street. And they probably don't consider themselves unusually brave, or wise, or gifted. Then a crisis explodes, and these heroes step forward to save someone's life, all because they had the crucial qualities inside, and because they happen to be right there, on the spot. I like that. Alright, so that's just something I'm thinking about. I love you all. The story's not over.